The hardest part of every activity is startup. Startup is very, very hard to everybody who would wish to start any activity. But when you persist, you will always make it. So we are here today. The whole of this week, I've been challenged by the very many people who always visit me. They come and visit me here at the farm, and they are like, we also want to start some farming activity. And I'm like, yes, you can make it. But to start something is always very, very challenging. And very many people give up at such a time. So for today's video, I want to show you how you're going to start your farming activity and enjoy farming. But before you move on, why do you want to start farming? That is number one. Why do you want to do it? Is it because you want some quality food for yourself, for your home, for everybody? Is it a side hustle that you want to have some side income for yourself? Or you want to do this farming activity, it's a passion? Why do you want to start farming? That is number one question that I will pose to everybody who would wish to start farming. Because this April 2024, I've been overwhelmed by the young people who always visit me, and they're like, we want to start some farming, we want to start some farming, we want to grow some of the things you farm. And I'm like, yes. If you want to start the farming activity, there are certain things you have to put in your mind. And they are the things that I want to share with you. Welcome to my channel. Christine, the principal farmer, the real life coach, a path to that smiling destination. Because a hungry person is always an angry one. And whenever I'm here, to give ways, the cheapest, the easiest, the quickest methods anybody can use, farm and have food on the table. So what are we going to look at? They are the things that you should put in your mind, when you want to start farming. Number one, farm things you love. That is very, very touching. In a way that many people want to join farming because they have heard, you know what is on market? What is making a lot of money? They are the tomatoes. And everybody wants to pour into tomatoes. They want to farm tomatoes because they have heard tomatoes make money. So personally, I'll tell you, farm things you love. Not farming things that make money, but things you love. They will make money at the end of that day, because whatever it's grown on this planet Earth, it will always be with consumers. Personally, I love bananas. The ones for food, the ones for juice, the bananas. I love bananas. And I farm bananas, and I've made people to fall in love with farming bananas, even in these semi-arid areas of northern Uganda where I'm farming from. Like when you look this side, it's all empty. Up to the other side, all empty. No food, no fresh food. No fresh food. But all the people who have been visiting me, I've been telling them, when you farm bananas, you can always have food. So when you look here where I'm farming, the other side, it's all covered. Some food is there. We have bananas. And right here, I've just harvested one, a small one this morning. This one here, it's for juice. We can also make pancakes with it. And it's very tasty when you make juice for these bananas here. So we are going to look at how you are going to farm the things that you love. Personally, I have bananas. I've made people to love farming bananas because of the very many benefits I get from them. I don't farm things because somebody's doing it. Even somebody came and visited me and was like, it was really dry. Was like, why are you really insisting on farming bananas in these semi-arid areas where we stay? I said, I farm things I love. I'm not motivated by any other thing. Generally, I'm a kind of a person who is hard to motivate. Very hard, because I find joy in seeing people happy. That is me most of the time. I really want to see people happy. And when people are not happy, those things don't work for me. So I farm things that I love. And I've made people to really fall in love with bananas. I love bananas. I eat bananas. And I've encouraged people that when you have these bananas, they can give you food even in the dry seasons. So we are farming things that we love. That is one point I'll tell you who wants to start farming today. Farm things that you love. You'll always give them time. you'll always find the ways of making them survive. Like for us here where we stay, the place is stony, it has rocks. That's why our farm is called Eden Rock. It has rocks, but we are farming bananas on these rocks. Actually, there is a time I was like, will I really manage to farm here? Then I read Isaiah 51 verse 3, and it was like, even though her land is like a desert, I'll make it like the garden I made in Eden. I said, it is finished. If God can make for me a garden like the one he made in Eden, so I'm going to put my Eden in northern Uganda, and we survive and we stay. So farm things you love. Don't just farm because somebody has told you. It can make for you money. It looks good in the garden. Again, it can, farm things you love. Number 2, if you want to start farming effectively, give your farms time. Don't think of picking colds and you're like, please, did it rain there? Please, have they managed to do the weeding? Please, have they done the spraying of the crops? Give your farms time. When you give your gardens time, you'll always know, where do we need to apply manure? Where do we need to add this and that? What should we do to make our crops look better? Please, all those things, put them in your mind when you're going to start farming. Actually, personally, I believe the farmer's best manure, they are your feet, your legs. The more your legs are going to reach your farm, the more you're going to get better. You're going to farm effectively. You're going to enjoy farming. So that is number 2. Make sure you have time. You create time for your farm, for your garden. That is point number 2. Point number 3. When you have started farming, it's one of the complicated businesses. It's not a bed of roses, I'm telling you today. So you have to learn to be patient. A banana like this one you're seeing here, that one, the one we have harvested, a banana like this, you'll get that banana ready after 1 year. For those who farm things like cows, who keep the cows, you'll get your milk after something like 2 to 3 years. So learn and accept to be patient when you have started farming. Learn to be patient. It's not going to come in a day or 2 and you're already harvesting your crops. You already have food on the table. No, it's not going to come in a day or 2. So learn and accept to be patient while you're doing this farming activity. Patience it pays, though it pains. So in between there, you can put some of the crops. For example, for us who farm the fruits, you can put things like cereals, the beans, the vegetables, and you see how they can keep you going as you're waiting for the bigger harvest. So be patient while you try this farming activity. Number 4, accept to learn new things, new techniques while you are at the farm. Accept to learn few things. When I started my farming activity, I think the only thing I could know was to make very good composite manure. That is all I knew. But right now, I can make my own pesticides for the farm. I can do a lot of things. And I'm farming, I'm enjoying. I accepted to visit other people, see how they do it. So I encourage you out there. If you have time, you can visit Christine. Take me as your sister. I'll give you the knowledge that you need. And we farm together. We create very many hunger-free communities. Semi-arid areas always have hunger, malnutrition. You find a child is around 10 years, 9 years, and is looking like a 4-year-old. So all these things, we can work on them together. It needs a collective action. And we can do it, me and you. We create a better world to live in. So how are we going to create this better world to live in? Except to learn. Accept and learn. Farm with other people. Do a lot of things with other people. Learn from them. See how they do it. You also add something. Do it in a better way. So accept to learn. Then the last but not the least. When you have started this farming activity, be positive. The power of positivity is going to help you go far. Whenever somebody comes to my farm here and they see how rocky it is, they are like, how are you managing to do this? I tell them, with the help of God, hard work, I knew what I wanted from the beginning. I wanted quality food for myself. I wanted to do it as self-employment also, because I had resigned from my official work. Yes. So the power of positivity is going to help you go far. Somebody looked at my bananas one time and was like, sincerely, what are you doing with these bananas? It's better you cut them down and we start afresh. But right now, my place would be looking like there. Very empty. No food, no fresh food for people to survive on in the dry season. In the dry season, you eat only dried foods. No change of diet. Balanced diet is missing in very many of these semi-arid areas. So I was like, no, whether they are looking like this, I'm positive I can farm bananas, and I'm grateful to God. I'm encouraging many people to farm bananas. I've helped people to start to establish bigger plantations. Mine is a bit even small. Actually, our farm is a demonstration area. It's a demonstration center. We do a lot of things here, and we make people to learn how they can farm these things effectively. So I remained positive. I was like, whether rain or sunshine, these bananas will stay. And by God's grace, I've supplied suckers to different people. People are farming with Christine. They're enjoying to farm. So let's farm together. When you have time, visit me at the farm. We work together. We do this together, me and you. Subscribe to this channel. It's only here where you'll find the cheapest, the easiest, quickest and best methods of farming, because for us here, most of the things, they are homemade. And we farm together. We farm effectively. Love you guys. Thank you for being part of me. Subscribe, but above all, be blessed in the mighty name of our Lord Jesus Christ.